Hello guys, I think you already know about our Dansala program. Every POI day we are conducting this. So that first session was conducted in last Poson POI day. So that was about graphs, right? So that topic we have discussed completely for free any student, right? So if you miss that lesson, you can uh, watch that also. I have shared that in the group. So today on SLPOI day, I am going to discuss as our Dansala program about practical, right? That means very first practical in your syllabus regarding Vernier caliper, right? So I think you already know about how to take basic things regarding Vernier caliper, how to take a reading and zero error, that things, right? So this one, I am going to conduct, discuss a question, right, regarding Vernier caliper, covering that practical number one, right? So I have shared a document with you, right? You can also have a print and go with that document, right? That question. Okay, we start that. This is the first practical in your syllabus regarding Vernier caliper. So when we are doing that practical, these are the activities we do. Finding volume of a block of wood, finding volume of a material of PVC tube, finding volume of a material of solid sphere, finding the internal volume of hollow cylinder. Right. Then question by question, I am discussing some basic things regarding this practical. What is the first step you need to be followed before using a given Vernier caliper, right? I think you know that very first step when we are using a measuring instrument is we need to check whether there is a zero error, right? Okay, then you need to write here, check whether there is a zero error in given caliper. So if there is a zero error, you need to measure that value, right? And also you know that if it is a positive zero error, for correction we need to subtract from the reading. If it is a negative zero error, then we need to add that to final reading, right? Then explain how to do that. You know that when any two jaws are totally closed, right, we need to check whether that zero marks, Vernier 0 and main scale 0, whether they are collinear to each other. If not, there is a zero error, right? Okay, we can write when any two jaws are totally closed, we need to check for zero error. Okay, then we move to our next part. Right, then write the expression for the volume of the wooden block in terms of L, B and H, right? So we take length as simple L and breadth, that is simple B, and height simple h, right? Then volume we can write volume is equal to length into breadth into height. Why we should take 3 readings and should consider average for length measurement? Right now we know that when we uh, see that wooden block, it is not having uniform thickness, right? Make thickness uniform ne, right? ගොඩක් වෙලාවට එහෙන් මෙහෙන් තැන් තැන් වලින් තියෙන thickness එක වෙනස්, right? Therefore we are finding average here, right? So what we need to write here, because block has no uniform thickness. What are the measurements we should take to find volume of material of PVC tubing? Mention them with the relative part of caliper you use, right? So this is the PVC tube we use, right? So when we measuring volume of the substance here, right, what we can do is we can first find a total volume of this, right? Then we can subtract volume of the that cavity, right? Cylindrical shape cavity. Then what are the measurements we need to take here, right? We need to find external diameter, right? And also we need to find internal diameter. I'll take that as d2, and also we need to find height of the tube. Then we can write volume is equal to that larger cylinder, that is, now you know that we can find volume like this. In all levels you know this, phi r squared into height, right? Phi r squared into h. So here diameter d1 divided by 2 squared into h minus phi d2 divided by 2 squared into h again, right? We can take out that common factors. Phi is there, then 2 squared 4 is there, and h is there. So here d1 squared minus d2 squared, this is the volume, right? So in that previous question they are asking about what are the measurements we need to take, right? Then to find volume you can see we need d1 d2 and h. That means in external diameter, external diameter, internal diameter and height of the cylinder, right? So d1 we can measure external diameter using external jaws, right? Then d2 we can find internal diameter using internal jaws, and also h, that height we can measure using external jaws like this, right? Not using depth bar, right? We use depth bar to measure depth of the cavity, right? This is not a cavity, right? Then external jaws again. How do you find an average value for external or internal diameter of PVC tube? We need to take two readings which are normal to each other, then we need to find average, right? So at the end of this discussion, I'll show you some practicals with this equipments, right? මම අන්තිමේට ඔයාලට වීඩියෝ එකක් පෙන්නනවා මේ equipments එක්කම මේවා කොහොමද කරන්න කියලා ඒකත් හොඳට බලන්න, right? Then here we can write, we take two diameter readings normal to each other, then should find average. Okay, then next one, let external diameter of PVC tube as D1, internal diameter D2, then we need to write an expression for volume. We did that, you can write that here. What is the measurement we should take using caliper to find volume of material of a solid sphere? So Pute, this is the equation for volume of a solid sphere, right? Then here we need R only, right? Other values phi we know the value, R vitra yone. So R means radius of the sphere. What we can calculate is diameter of the sphere, right? So we can write here average diameter of sphere. Let the measurement as D, that means diameter. Write an expression for volume. So we can write V is equal to 4 over 3 phi. Diameter means radius means diameter divided by 2 to the power 3, right? This is the answer. Okay, then how do you find an average value for the measurement D, right? Now this is the way පුතේ මං ස්පීකර් එකට ගත්තා පොඩි ජිල් බෝලෙන්, right? So first you need to measure diameter, right? Using external jaws, right? Then you can rotate this by 90 degrees. Then next diameter reading. After that, if you rotate that again by 90 degrees, you get the same diameter, right? ඒක නිසා ඒ පැත්තට නෙවෙයි අපි මෙහෙටනේ කරකුවේ මෙයා මෙන්න මේ පැත්තට 90 degrees කරකවලා ඊළඟ diameter reading එක ගන්න, right? Then you need to find averages. So that three diameter readings are normal to each other, right? So if they are D1 plus D2 D3, then this is the average. This is how we find average, right? So I think you can write the answer for this. Make the dividing in the malliyanne. We need to find three diameter readings which are normal to each other, then find average, right? What is the part of the caliper we should use to measure depth of a cylinder, right? You can see that this is the part, so that is depth bar. right? Then let the measurement as x, that means depth of the cavity. How do you take average value for x? Right now, may cavity kudim balapom pe na hatinang, right? Then we can now if I divide that similarly, right? That is 120 degrees and right? Then we need to take three different readings for depth of the cavity from three different places, right? Then you need to find average value, right? So if it is x, then x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, right? So you need to write, what you need to write is take three different values for depth of the cavity, then find average, right? Okay, so it is better if you can use this type of a diagram and mention that we are taking readings from these places, right? Okay, what is the part of caliper we use to measure height of the cylinder, right? Height of the cylinder we use with external jaws, right? We need to write here using external jaws, right? Then we move to our next part, right? So this is the cylinder with the cavity. So this is the height, we take that as h1, and this is the depth of the cavity h2, right? Then this is external diameter d2, this is internal diameter d1. So here also we can find volume of that total cylinder 5 d2 divided by 2 squared into h1 minus 5 d2 d1 over 2 squared into h2. So we can take common factors out, 5 and 2 squared here, that is 4. Then here d2 squared h1 minus d1 squared h2, right? This is the volume. Okay, calculate the measurement of a wooden block. Right, this should be calculate, not measurement, volume. Right, so these are example values for that experiment. Right now, here there we have three different values taken for length, right? So we can find average. So 5.6 plus 5.5 plus 5.4 divided by 3, right? So that will be 5.5 centimeters. Always write answer with unit. Then breadth, there we have three similar values, right? So there's no point in finding average because all are same, so we can write 3.1 centimeters. And here height, there we have three readings, but you can see that these two values are closer to each other, but this one is deviated, right? So we call these type of readings anomalous readings. So if there is an anomalous reading, that is because of a large error when taking the measurement. Therefore, we are not considering that to find average, right? So average එක ගන්න මේක ගන්නෙ නෑ මේ වගේ ලොකු deviation එකක් තියෙන anomalous reading එකක් අපි consider කරන්නේ නෑ. Right, then 1.6 plus 1.4 divided by 2, right? So 1.5 centimeters. So now we can write volume V, that is 5.5 into 3.1 into 1.5, right? Answer will be there. It should be written in cubic centimeters. So secondly, they are asking with cubic meters also. So how you can convert that cubic centimeters value into cubic meters? So there we have centi into centi into centi. Centi means 10 to the power minus 2. 10 to the power minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2. So that is 10 to the power minus 6. You need to multiply by 10 to the power minus 6 when you are converting cubic centimeters into cubic meters. So can we use next one? Can we use a meter ruler to take above readings? Give reasons for your answers. Now you can see that today all these readings are less than 10 centimeters, right? They are less than 10 centimeters. Therefore, we can't use meter ruler because when we consider normal meter ruler, 10 centimeter is the minimum length that can be measured without exceeding 1% percentage error, right? As an accurate reading. Okay, so what we need to write here, first write no. Can we measure? No. Then write the reason, because minimum length can be measured using meter ruler accurately is 10 centimeters, is 10 centimeters. All above readings are less than 10 centimeters. All above readings are less than 10 centimeters. Right. So this is all about that question, practical number 1, right? So next Friday also we are doing continuing this program, right? All of you can join. And also another separate video I am posting in your group, right? Group එකේ තව separate video එකක් දානවා. Practicals equipments එක මම කරපු practicals ටිකක් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඒකත් බලන්න, right? Okay, then thank you very much for joining. Okay.